Right. Good morning, YouTube. My name is William, and today in Talk Talk, we're going to talk about business focus on cooperation and competition. We're going to discuss this kind of thing, if they are good or not, and the consequences of it. Bruna, can you introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello, guys. Hi, YouTube. I'm Bruna. I live in São Paulo. I work here as a community manager and also as a teacher. I've been here on TALKNTALK since September last year. I love this place. And as I said yesterday, this was my routine every morning at 9. I use it to attend the meetings and I stopped. So I'm trying to get back on track and continue being here practicing. That's it. Awesome. Really good to be here.
It's very nice to see you. Maria Fernanda, your turn.
I am 25 years old. I work with tech.
Maria Fernanda, your microphone is kind of low.
Are low or you can listen?
It is too low. A little bit low.
Too low.
Now it's better?
Yeah.
Okay, in some settings. You're listening what I said. I am from Recife. I work with tech. I have 3 cats. I like to read some comics.
Okay, thanks a lot. Lara, please.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Lara. I live in São Paulo. I am 22. I work as a Python developer and data engineer, and I am also a hostess here on TNT.
Hey, Jefferson.
Good morning, guys, again. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I'm Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, Goiás. I'm economist and professor of Catholic University of Goiás.
Okay. And Leo.
Hi guys, good morning. I'm Leo. I'm 27 years old. I live in Rio de Janeiro. I work with marketing and data, and I'm here to improve my English, to make friends, and try to keep practicing more the language.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Leo. Welcome, everyone. So I would like to start with this question. Do you consider yourself a competitive person? And why? I would like to address to Lara.
I don't think so. I like competition when in controlled environments, like real competition, like it's there has the name competition, but I'm not a competitive person out of these places. I just like to do my work in the best way that I can, like compare with myself, I think.
Awesome. Bruna?
I am. I don't know what to say because I just like competing. I think it's a thin line like between healthy competition and unhealthy competition. So I always try to be in the healthy one, because just like Lara was saying, I think when we compete against, I don't know, like people who are close to us, I think it gets unhealthy. And yeah, that's it. But I am.
I started with this question because I read that you both, I know nowhere, but that you are very competitive.
Yeah, so, it was on Instagram, on TNT.
Yeah, yeah. But this is it's very important question because, it's something that sometimes we kind of think that's very natural, something like that, but, we need to consider and to think about the reason that we are like this, or that we have this behavior. Jefferson, how about you?
Yeah, I think both because as a professor, we must to compete with another university. When we publish articles, it's very important you have a metric to do this, and the competition from one university to the other who publish more articles. That's very important for me and for my university. And about what's the cooperation. I think it's very important because as a professor, we work together with another colleagues, with another professors, and sometimes we have cooperation with other universities, like for example, from University from Tocantins and University from Northeast. So it's very important to cooperate because it's a kind of thing, concept that work together with the same end. It's better for both. It's a game of win-win. When you cooperate, it's a game of win-win. And competition sometimes not win-win, win and and the contrary.
Good point. Good point. Maria, how about you?
So I don't like this competition in general. I don't feel good. At schools here, I don't know if it's in the city that everybody lives, but here in the high schools, there are a lot of competition between students to know who has the more scores in the school. And this make me not sad, but the other word, doing sick. I felt very sick because I'm very perfectionist, and I start to ask me to do a lot of things that and this make me a little sick. But in work, I don't feel this competition in my work. So in my daily routine, it's not a competition environment, and because of that, I feel a little better. It's very, I don't work well in competition environments. It's not work for me. I don't feel like I am a competition person.
Okay, thanks, Maria. Thanks for sharing. Leo, how about you? Do you consider yourself a competitive person or not?
Yeah, I would say that yes, in my profession, it's almost impossible when you work with marketing. For example, I have to look to my competitors almost every day, comparing prices, comparing the quality of the product and or the service, and then talk about competition is something natural when you work with marketing, yeah. But talking about competition between colleagues is something that I don't like so much, or I know that there is, but I don't like to be concerned about this. Yeah, I like to do my part and think that the things happen because of our effort and not because of comparing, trying to be better than the other. I believe that we need to think about the consequence of our effort. But talking about competition is something that I I need to handle almost every day, working with marketing and cooperation too. I believe that it's fundamental in nowadays, especially to think about ideas, to think about new things to launch in the marketing. Then it's so important to have a good cooperation with your team. Yeah. Then I think that is is one thing that I really enjoy to have, yeah, have brainstorming, have meetings with colleagues to talk about new things.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. I was thinking about what Maria says about, get sick when they see competition, or the people see competition in general, because, I felt this kind of thing when I was a teenager and young, and now I can reflect that, this kind of competition establish a point, a metric that if you cannot do that kind of thing, you are not good. So you start to judge yourself like, oh, I cannot do that kind of thing, or I cannot play that sport. So I'm not good, I cannot play together. And so you feel kind of alone because you start to judging a lot yourself. Let's continue with competition. Question number 7, are competitive people more successful in general? What do you think? Or I will add a point. Or are cooperative people more successful in general? You can choose. So Bruna, please.
That's a tough one. Like when I read the question, I started thinking, I think at some point, if you are never competitive, because we are not talking about the specific type of competition, right? Just like I will mention that again because it was real nice what she said about competing against ourselves. If you are always focusing on cooperating, I think you don't think of yourself that much, and at some point we need to be a little bit selfish. I think like sometimes competition is a bit related to being selfish too, and to focusing on ourselves, So I forgot the other question you asked about competition.
Yeah, I think, it's kind of similar. Are cooperative people more successful in general?
Maybe
Or do you think-
finding a balance would be the best solution, like compete against yourself and like trying to do your best, but trying to cooperate with the group, but like thinking of us at the same time,
Perfect. Yeah, I think the company in general, they have to set a competition. Like I will compete with that kind of thing. Then I have my group or my team to cooperate. So I need to cooperate here to compete with that point.
To achieve what you want, to like get right what you want. Yeah.
Awesome, perfect. Lara.
I agree. I think that it needs to have a balance between two. But I think that in most of the companies, people that are more successful are people that are competitive, and I think that is not in health environments. For example, you can be competitive with your colleagues, and then you will be like people in the directory or like the managers will look at you and think, oh, they know how to work and they are doing a good job, but you are not with a good relationship with your colleagues because you are competing but not cooperating. So I think that usually people that are competitive are more successful, but I don't think that is like in a good way,
Nice. Jefferson, what's your point on it?
Let's talk about business. Okay, business. When we think about to compete to customers, it's very important to be competitive, because you must to lead with lower prices, with high quality of goods and service, great variety of product, and more innovation. You can achieve all these goals when you are very competitive. It's impossible. I think the same with competitive people. You must to have to be very competitive, to be very good at the things that you are doing. We try to do our best. There is a Lando from a guy, Karnal, it's very interesting. He talked about this in, I don't remember the paper now. It's very interesting. he compared the Brazilian guys and the guys from the United States. In Brazil, we try to say, yes, I can do this, I can do that. And the guys from the United States used to say, I do my best. Everything like the best, the best, the best, the best. So I think this is the difference of competition when compared individual here and individual there. So to be competitive, you try to do your best, and cooperate sometimes is not the best. You try to do what I can do, or the Brazilian way.
Yeah, very, very, very good point. Very interesting, because in some companies, for example, the company itself is a lot of different. We need a lot of different skills, like the competition in price, in quality, innovation, technology, and so on. So you cannot be good or very good in selfish term, like being competitive in all this kind of thing. So you need to cooperate. So you need to see the possibility, see the frontier, the barrier, the innovation. So you need to cooperate, to cooperate in order to make the team to build better. And very, very good, very interesting point. Leo, how about you?
Yeah, I don't believe that competitive people necessarily are more successful. Firstly, success, I believe it's something very relative, and other thing is sometimes people who try to be very, very competitive in a way that the others can see that it's something a little forced. I believe that the results is the opposite. This person wouldn't be success if this person try to, for example, be very competitive in an unhealthy way. Yeah, I believe that the balance is the secret for almost everything in our life. Yeah, then I believe that even when we talk about competition, it's important to have a kind of balance. Yeah, to achieve some goals and uh, without hitting someone. Yeah, that's what I believe.
Wow, wow, very, very, very nice. Because the people sometimes keep in your mind or stuck that I need to be competitive in the business. So sometimes they kind of use some bad ways to be competitive or to win, in quotes, of course.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Game.
know about you, but one thing that I'm loving in home office is that we don't need to take care so much about this. For example, working totally remotely, I can just be concerned about my job. I don't need to keep thinking about the others, what others
To
are
compare
doing.
yourself.
Yeah, to compare. I really enjoy these moods. Yeah, to work just to do my best, but without any kind of concern about the other. And if the things are going well, I believe that's a consequence for me. Yeah, it's something that I like to think in that way. When we talk about competition between people, yeah, but competition in the markets, about business, I believe it's other situation, yeah, because when we talk about competition between prices, between quality of products and services, or between launching something new, then I believe that we can do our best to be more competitive than we can. And then I believe it's more difficult to be anti-ethical I forgot, how can I say? When you talk about a competition between products, it's different than
Okay,
competition
good.
between people. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I will add a point here, but after Maria. What do you think, Maria? What's
Oh,
your opinion?
I, I agree a little bit with here. For me, competitive people, in the end, I don't know if this routine will be good for these people. I don't know who talk that's a competitive person is more budget from the company and get more money to stuff. But in the end, this person will not. I don't know. I don't know if this type of people have um, uh, uh, humanity inside of them. But but in the end, maybe they will not grow much because they need to be they need to be a 30% to the company grow and this business grow because I don't know what to say, but the business need the cooperation between the people and the competition with other companies. And only people competitive in the company is not good for the business. It is a little of very already said because I
Okay, thanks a lot. Well, the point that I would say is, for example, the work from home. I'm not a competitive person. However, I like to measure, my progress in terms of when when I'm here talking in English, of course I'm paying attention, So I like to compare and I like to, to repeat, do the same things, try to, it's not a competition because I don't care that I will win, but I like to progress. I like to improve and I like to increase my things. So it's a kind of silence competition. It's like that, because I'm always working on a lot of things, but sometimes the people don't know that I'm working on it and I'm just working a lot. And I like to do it with myself alone and doing the things. So sometimes I think the whole concept of competition is like, oh, I need to win. And you need to show that you will win. Like
Yeah,
the
it's kind
competition,
of.
need to show. Go ahead,
Go on,
Lana.
sorry. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, sometimes you need to show that you are, the best, or you are good. Oh, I'm good. I'm the competitive person, like you are in the game. So, but sometimes you're just working a lot and very hard, on something, and your result will show that you are good or not, and your, kind of level of things. So like,
Yeah, it's kind
Clara?
of the feeling that I have is that when we talk about competition is that all of you are my enemies and I will destroy everyone. But I
Exactly.
always thought that I needed to compete with people like in this way. I need to be the best and I need to show that I'm the best because in the company's created this environment that forget a promotion, I will be compared with all the people that I have. So just one person can get a promotion, just one person can be the best. But in the company that I am right now, I don't feel this. So I feel more comfortable like competing with myself, but also trying to be good for the things that I think and for the company and like doing good things for the project. But also I think that when I think in promotion, I can see that my colleagues can be promoted by their accomplishment, not because we will be compared, but by their accomplishment. And also I can be promoted by my accomplishments. So I think that because of this, my idea of competition changed a lot. So I think that it can be in controlled environments, but we can also like grow together and, be good together, be the best together,
Amazing. This is very healthy. See, like because you want to be good, because you want to be good, like, you know, for you, not because the company, oh, I need to be good because the company will, you know, you want to improve a thing, like you are playing something, you know, and having fun doing a thing. So this is awesome. So guys, question number 9. Let's keep with competition because you don't think it's nice. Do you think competition always make people more productive? Like, I think it's a kind of, you know, natural thing on business. Jefferson, what do you think?
Yes, I really agree, because with competition, we can improve your skills. I think it's very important now. Your soft skills, for example, this is very important now. You have goals to achieve. For example, when I compare my students with the students from FGV São Paulo, INSPER, it's very different, because they have a lot of goals, bold goals, and here we haven't bold goals. When you have bold goals, you must be competitive. You must to do everything the best way. So I think this is the difference from university from São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, and from Goiás. I think that's the point. You have a lot of goals to achieve. So competitive, in this case, to be competitive, it's very important. I was talking with a guy, a very good guy here, my neighbor, and he talked about he study now in the United States. He studied here in Brazil in a public school, high school, and now he study in the United States. How is the difference? He's talk about this, because there you have a point. You can't arrive late for 5 minutes. The school call for the father. Oh, where is your kid? This is not here. And you have a lot of achieves, and something that's very good. They must compete with export too, with music and a lot of soft skills, very interesting. He must play soccer, for example, or to dance, to go to a theater, something like this. So this is a different kind of competition that unfortunately we can see here.
Yeah, very, very nice. I think because you see, for example, here, I see in the education, you know, on this level, I see the difference in terms of regionalism. Like, you know, for example, we are in the Midwest, you know, compared to the Southern. The Southern is kind of, you know, they have a different thing, you know, they need to attend different things. And sometimes here we need to attend different things. And we are not, I think, competing the same level, like in different points. And I see, for example, in geology, for example, the people, you know, that have working more close to the sea, they know how to work with petroleum, you know, and gas field, for example. And here we work with, you know, tracking gold, you know, other kind of sources, because we are in the middle of the continent. So it's different kind of education, but it's very interesting, this point. Let me hear from Bruna.
Well, I was thinking here, because if we think that when we are competing, we want to achieve something, we can achieve that thing, not worrying too much about how we are going to do this, about the way. So we can, like, I forgot how to say this in English, like roubar, you know, it's not steal, but I think you got what I'm trying to,
it's a kind of cheat.
To say. Yeah, to cheat on the thing, you know, on the process. So I think it goes a little bit against productivity, you know, you're just focusing on the thing you want to achieve, but it doesn't matter how, So I think
Perfect.
it doesn't make people more productive. I think it depends, it can happen, but I don't think this is always connected,
Perfect. I agree. I totally agree. Because if you are competing in a very good way, you kind of learn how to solve the things in a fast way, in a better way.
Yes.
So you can be more productive because you are doing your best in a the better way. Okay, very nice. Very, very good. Interesting. Lara, how about you?
Well, I think that I'm not sure if it will be always, but I think that it can make people more productive. If you think like, for example, in sports, we have the World Cup and people were productive to, be the best of themselves, give the best. So I think that it can. So, and if you create a health environment for it, people will always try give their best. It will not be something that they will be exhausted because they need to, but they want to, and they will do their best to win or to achieve something.
Awesome. Maria Fernanda, what do you think? What's the question?
Sorry, the question is the first people.
Question number 9. Do you think competitions always make people more productive?
Sometimes, because it's more like Jefferson said, it's because the people have a goal and they will try everything to achieve that goal. And in general, we saw like they are more productive, but I think not because cooperative person, they also are productive, but in the other way, because it is in general, and everybody needs to do their tasks, the small activities to in the end achieve a goal. And this take more time because it is a lot of people work together to achieve a goal. But when you are alone, you achieve the goal more fast. But I think in the end, everybody will achieve the goal. But it is different goals because I think it's difficult to compare a group because cooperative is more in a group because you need to be cooperative with other people. And competitive, we saw our own person, so it is time different. It's different, It's difficult.
Yeah. I got your point. Let's hear from Leo. What do you think?
Yeah, I believe that competition can accelerate the things and make us more
Good
productive.
word.
Yeah, especially when we talk about job, our activities. If we have a goal, we want to achieve as much as possible. Or, for example, if you're competing in for sales in a ranking, for example, we're going to try to do our best to sell more. Then I believe competition can help in these situations. But on the other hand, we have to take care to don't pay attention more in the competition as well than the work. Yeah, competition. It's important when it's a plus of it's a new sense, yeah, of our activities, but not the main feeling that we have to pay attention in our days. Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot. So now we're gonna talk about cooperation. Jefferson, do you consider yourself a good team worker?
I think so. I tried. It's not so easy. It's not so easy because, for example, in the past I used to write article only with my name. Now I'm writing articles with two or three professors. I'm changing a lot. And I have one resource, just I and my students, and I have resources with a lot of professors. So I think I'm trying to change a lot, but I'm changed, and I need to change. I need to change to be more cooperative. Like Maria Fernanda said, sometimes we can do this because we are very perfectionists, and the other guys are not perfectionists. So sometimes it's so difficult to be cooperative with those guys.
Okay, nice. Let's hear from Bruna.
Oh, that's it's a tough question, but I think in general I am. I try to be. This is something I have already talked in therapy about. I always take the leadership position, which is something that's a bit natural. I just do it,
We see
and
that.
so I I try to be careful, to give everybody time to be themselves. I think it's difficult because when we just like a little bit connecting to what Jefferson was saying, it's hard because our perspective of what is right is like difficult to understand that, like, the other people, they might they have the chance to do the things the way they want, and we need to accept this and like respect them too. So I don't know if I answered, but I'm just adding thoughts here.
Awesome, because I'm creating other topics here. Continue with that.
Okay. Yeah, no,
About
that's
leadership. Yeah,
That's
about
it.
leadership, and also yeah, very, very good. I think sometimes the people see on you, the possibility or the power to lead the things. I think this is, kind of energy. Sometimes the people, they're confident, or even sometimes that you are very open to lead the things, So yeah, good. Let's hear from Leo.
Yeah, I believe that I'm a cooperative person. When Bruno was talking, I was thinking about leadership. When we have the opportunity to lead some team, uh, we start to know that we have to be more cooperative, and also to promote this cooperation between the team. It's so important, especially when we talk about remote relationships, when each one is doing their job outside, and if we don't promote cooperation between people, the things I believe, don't work well. And then I believe that I'm a cooperative person, but sometimes I also like to do my job well. For example, today I'm going to focus on, doing my job. I need to focus here, and I believe depends on the day. Yeah, and depends on the activities that we have to do in the week, for example. Um, when we are trying to create something new, cooperation is everything. It's so important. But when we're trying to analyze some data or to find some results using sheets, Excel, sometimes it's almost impossible to have a cooperation job. Yeah, when we need to focus on activity very routine. And then I believe that depends so much on the activity.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Leo. How about you, Maria?
I was thinking about Jefferson said about the perfectionist. When it is difficult. I pass for a lot of situations like that. To work in a cooperative group, but I am a lot of perfectionist. So I start to be a little competitive to do the work because nobody do, and I need to be perfect, and I also talk about this in my therapy, like Bruno said, because this make me a little sick, this perfectionist thing at me. But in general, I am not a cooperative person. I work much better in a cooperative team with my colleagues, and feel like, oh, we need to go together and create this project together to achieve a goal, and we will impact some people. But when I researched at the university, was like James said, I research alone, only with my teacher, but I am alone, and I needed to be competitive. So depends at the moment, but in general, be more cooperative, make me work better, because I feel like I have some colleagues and people to talk and to share this moment, and make me feel much better.
Okay, awesome. Thanks a lot. Guys, now to finish this conversation, I would like to hear from you the importance, Bruna, the importance of the competition in business. Take home message.
I think when we don't compete, we don't have like you don't have like goals, or things you want to achieve. It doesn't matter if it's against yourself or against something else. Like you know what you want to do and where you want to be, so you're going to do your best to get it. I think that's why it's really important.
Thanks a lot. Leo, the importance of cooperation.
It's a kind of almost cliche question, but so
go ahead.
It's very important. I believe that we are, as a social humans, you have to be cooperative, and not just to make the things better, but to develop ourselves as people.
Perfect. Jefferson, competition or cooperation? Choose one and talk about it.
Okay. Competition. Try to provide your best service. Try to target the best audience of consumers. try to convert and retain customer, increase revenue, and gain more market share. Competition is market share.
You hired. You hired.
I think about financial because tomorrow I have a big meeting with the guys from XP and XP investment. And I
Awesome.
spend my whole day talking about money, how to gain money.
Perfect. And last but not least, Maria, competition or cooperation, choose one and talk about.
Oh, the competition, like Lel said, we are, oh, I forgot the word that man used. We are social animals, and we need to be together, and this help us to have good health, mental health, be mental health. So be cooperative is good for our development, like you said, well said, because we can share knowledge, we can share thoughts, we can and we can learn together with other people.
Yeah, and I will say something about the cooperation that, for example, we need to cooperate to develop ourselves. Like if you, for example, if I'm not seeing a person that speak very well English, I cannot see the possibility of speaking. For example, like I really love to play guitar, and I love when I see someone that's very good, and oh my God, I want to learn that kind of thing. Not because I want to compete, but because I want to do better. In English, the same. So I think it's the importance of sometimes of the cooperation is try to evolve as a group, like we are doing right now. We are exchanging things and growing together and so on. So I think it's very important, exchange information, and not because we are competing in terms of English, because any of us want different things. So it's not competition, in that term, but we are here as a group trying to grow and try to be better in terms of language, exchanging ideas, refresh, and so on. Thanks a lot, guys. Was awesome conversation. And next conversation, we're gonna talk about science, because I received a feedback. Oh, I almost forgot the feedback. Guys, just a minute. Guys, help us to improve this conversation, okay? Say what you want and so on, giving opinions if you like or not. Say what you want. If you like competition or cooperation, if you are happy with the cup, and so feel free to feel this this feedback, and that's it.
About Argentina, it's okay. Argentina,
Okay.
today.
Yeah.
They won.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks a lot. See you in the next week.
See you
Bye
next
bye.
week.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, guys. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya. Take